Baruch haba.
We got that? Yeah, look at that. Well, this week's Parshat Shvuah, this week's Parsha has two major parts. It's called Yitro, and it talks about how Moshe's father-in-law, Moshe's wife, Zipporah's father, came, and he saw what was going on. He was very, very busy. There were so many things to do, and Moshe didn't have a lot of help, so Moshe gave some advice. The second part of our Parsha, which people may not even realize by the name, is one of the most important parts of the entire Torah. It talks about when Moshe went to Har Sinai and he received the Torah. I'd like to today discuss how those two things may be somehow connected. Those two seemingly unrelated parts somehow may have a lot to do with one another. And the way I'd like to do that is by sharing with you the following story or scenario. Imagine that you were away for a long time and you finally came back home and you opened up your refrigerator, not having been home for many days and weeks, and you notice there's nothing in it. There's nothing in your refrigerator, there's nothing in your freezer, everything is empty. And you have a little supermarket not too far from your home, and all you have are your two hands. You can't put your groceries in some car, so you can't really bring so much back. But you want to make sure you have the most important things so that you'll have something in your refrigerator. What would you tell me would be an important thing that maybe I should get at the supermarket? Yes? Water. Of course. Gotta stay hydrated. Shut them in the back. Meat. Of course. Unless you're a vegetarian, but yes. Specifically. Okay, so that may go into the category of meat. Yeah. Bread, eggs, yeah?
Apple and carrots.
Apples and carrots. You gotta have your fruits and vegetables stuff here.
I don't like
Lemons, of course.
Yeah,
You like to do lemons. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with them. Yes. My hands are getting a little bit heavy because there's so much stuff that I have to carry now. But yes, salad for Shabbat. Absolutely. How can you survive without it? How can you survive without it? Okay? Pasta. Okay. This guy over here, we're going to call two more people afterwards.
watermelon and pineapple.
Watermelon and pineapple. More fruits. A lot of you guys, I should go shopping with you guys. You guys are awesome. All the way in the back. Grape juice. I can only call one more person. There's so many of you with great ideas.
No
Yes.
candles. Candles are not good for you.
They
It
are
can
all.
cause a fire.
Especially if you don't have electricity, right?
They're for
But
lighting.
Shabbat. Okay, we're putting your hands down. And afterwards, you'll tell me your thoughts.
It can burn
Okay?
your tongue.
All right. Now, you gave me a big list, and they were all very, very important. And I would end up taking all those different things, and I would notice in the lane, in the aisle, there's only a checkout which says 10 items or less. So I got to make sure I choose the best 10, the most important 10. And when I think about me going shopping, and again, I would love going shopping with you guys. You guys chose a lot of good things. I think about also when Moshe went to Har Sinai, and we say he got the Torah, but he actually got something also that he was able to hold in his two hands. And he wanted to give back to Jewish people a lot of important information. He was only able to give back, based on the two things he was holding, a certain number of commandments. Anyone have any idea what that number is? 10! Exactly, right. So it must be, just like those groceries, that you were very careful to choose what's the most important one. If you would study the 10 Commandments, Yisrael Debrot, probably those are very, very important. So I'd like to share with you one of them today, which, not that one of them is important, not the others, but one in particular, which maybe is also connected to the beginning of this week's Parshat. There's a story that's brought down that there was a boy, and his father was sleeping. It happens once in a while, I guess. And he got a knock on the door. And he opened up the door and he saw there were these very important people that came to visit. He said, wow, what a great honor. It's amazing that you're here. He said, how can we help you? He said, I know that you have something very, very special. You have a special jewel. Special jewel that's specifically needed for the Holy Temple, for the Beit HaMikdash in Jerusalem. And we need that specific jewel. We can't find it anywhere else, but I know that you have it. So he said, yes, it's just one small little detail. It's locked up in a safe, and there wasn't a combination lock. It had a key. So he goes, yeah, no problem. I'm just going to go get the key. I think my father has it somewhere. And he went into his father's room, tiptoed, and he noticed his father was sleeping. He was looking around, and he didn't see the key anywhere. And then he remembered because it's so important to make sure that key was safe, his father would do something very clever. He would put the key underneath his pillow. And this way, it was definitely safe. No one would be able to get in there. So the boy thought for a second. He said, no, my father really, really likes to sleep. So do I. But you can imagine that if he would have been woken up, even though it would have been for this really special occasion, nonetheless, the father would have preferred to have kept sleeping. So the boy said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I cannot give you, or sell you, rather, this precious jewel. Why not? Because my father's sleeping. And I have to show respect to him. And I'll tell you something which happened. Because of that, Hashem gave this family a special reward, and they were able to be even more fabulously wealthy beyond imagination because of the way he treated his father. And in the 10 Commandments, there is actually a mitzvah somehow related to what I'm talking about. Does anyone have any idea what of the 10 Commandments do you think I'm referring to? Exactly! Perfect! Would you believe that's one of the 10 Commandments? The importance of showing, what did you say again? Showing respect to your parents. Your father and your mother. And it's interesting that at the beginning of the Parshat, we see Yitro, who is the father of Sipporah, and he's there speaking to Moshe. Now Moshe was an important guy. Let's not forget. He took the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim. They went over the Yam Suf. He was a very powerful leader. And his father-in-law came, and it says that when he came, he took care of him. He gave him food. He gave him drink. He made him feel very, very welcome. Because even though he was a great, great man, it didn't matter. It was still important to show respect. So my message, out of the many messages in this week's Parsha, is the importance of showing respect. We show respect to one another, to our classmates, and especially to our parents. Shabbat Shalom!